Hello everybody, it's me, Bo Shevasu. We are broadcasting live on this August 31st. It is 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am coming to you live. None of this is pre-recorded. A lot of people send me chats and whatnot, and they're like, hey man, did you pre-record any of this? No. As a matter of fact, what you're going to see here today is me actually wearing this exact shirt, and I am in a dash cam video where a guy tries to scam me. As a matter of fact, after this bumper, we're gonna show you what it's all about. And we're back again. Hey, that's pretty cool. You have to have a bumper at some point in your show, otherwise people don't think you're professional. I promise, I am a professional. As a matter of fact, during the bumper, I ran to my camera and I made sure that it's actually focusing. It wasn't focused before. If you saw, I was probably a little blurry. Okay, so I actually want to hop right into this because this is pretty darn exciting. I had an instance today where we were driving along, my wife and my daughters, and I had this dash cam going in my car. I always have a dash cam going. And if you don't know what a dash camera is, it's a small little, it's like a GoPro, and it's always running and it's always recording things. And highlighted down below is the exact dash cam that I had in my vehicle. Well, this dash cam is basically like a black box. It's always recording events. And as it records over the oldest footage. Does that make sense? So it's always looping. And I have a card in there that gets like 7-8 hours of solid footage. And by the time it gets back, it's probably erasing over just obsolete stuff. Well, today, as we were driving along, a guy was waving frantically, trying to get people to stop. And my wife has actually been in a car accident in that exact spot. And so we thought, man, maybe another guy was actually in a car accident. We've got to pull over and help this guy. And all this is on the dash cam, and I'm gonna show you this video. Here we go. Oh, this is just absolutely fascinating. Oh, thank goodness that we've got these dash cams. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The scammers are alive and well in the Enumclaw area. So this guy was waving down traffic today and thinking that there may be someone in distress. We carefully pulled over, and
Now, the interesting thing about this footage is that it is so big that it's actually too big for me to show you on here. This is amazing. I have to shrink it down, otherwise you won't actually be able to see it. So it is 4K footage, which is quite remarkable. So we're gonna actually try to play it right there, and then I'm gonna pause it and check this out. I actually have to shrink it down. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that it was filming in 4K footage. This is just kind of embarrassing how good the quality is of this camera. It's a good problem to have. Remember, all of this is live. And so if you think, well, Bo, you're just gonna try to edit stuff out to make products look really, really good, I can't, because it's all live. That's the beautiful thing about this. Okay, so now this footage is obviously pre-recorded because I'm not gonna go around and get live dash cam footage of scammers in action, although maybe I should. Oh, wouldn't that just be juicy? Okay. So we're gonna go down here and we're gonna put that guy back right there to encourage people to listen in and unmute and everything, because that actually helps the algorithm when people unmute and they follow, because then my broadcast is pushed to the top. But it's not about me, it's about sharing this fantastic information. So I'm gonna turn off my top screen that you can see right here so you can see my other screen, okay? All right, here we go. So I'm gonna turn this off there, and we're gonna play right there.
alive and well in the Enumclaw area. So this guy was waving down traffic today and thinking that there may be someone in distress. We carefully pulled over, and as the guy came up, I saw a glint of gold in his palm, and he said that I have no gas. And then he offered me this gold chain, which is typically a scam that you typically only see at gas stations. I've never actually seen someone actually wave and try to pull people over. And I just laughed and I just said, no thanks, have a nice day. So do not be hoodwinked by these scammers. Classic scam, they're not out of gas. It is fake gold. Run.
And here is the actual footage right here. Go ahead and take a listen. Oh, there's the guy. There's the guy. See, he looks like he's like, hey, I need help. He's got his emergency flashes
Hello,
on
sir.
right there.
How are you? How you doing?
No gas.
Low gas.
Yes.
No here.
Yeah.
In Colorado.
Yeah.
No family in the car.
Yeah.
The gas credit no work.
Yeah. Ah! No, thank you, my friend. No, thank you. Have a nice day.
I'm
Go,
confused.
go.
What was the change?
The classic scam.
Wait. There we go. Oh boy, what was it muted? There it was muted. You gotta tell me that I'm muted, okay? If that's why I rely off of you guys. All right, so this was a fascinating video because it's all on dash cam. It's exactly what you see down below in the carousel. I use this exact dash cam video. And it was today, as evidenced by the fact that I'm actually wearing the exact same shirt that you see in the video. So if I were to pause it right here and kind of go ahead, you'll see that as we're going along this intersection, there's this guy, and he's waving. Now, some people have actually asked me, Bo, is this really a wise thing to stop on the side of the road when someone is waving at you? Now, this depends on your comfort level. If you're by yourself, you probably shouldn't stop on the side of the road to assist someone. I'm just saying. If it's dark, you probably shouldn't do it. If you're on a back road somewhere, you probably should not do it. However, I was there with my wife. I was there also with my kids. Basically, you can't quite carjack a car when it's full of a family. That's not low-hanging fruit. That's not what thieves are looking for. They're looking for like a single female on a dark road in the middle of the night. This was a highway. Hundreds upon hundreds of cars go by. So as I was evaluating this in my mind as I saw this guy, I was like, you know what? This is a fairly safe place to stop and assist if in fact this guy does need assistance. Now my wife is a nurse. Who knows? There could have been someone in this car going into cardiac arrest and the guy needed some sort of emergency personnel. My wife actually got in a car wreck around this exact same spot. Someone hit her. You're going to see that exact footage in just a moment of another dash cam on our other car. Dash cams are amazing. They will pay themselves off in just one incident. This video right here is going viral all across Facebook, and I actually wanted to show you guys that this happened today, as evidenced by the fact that I'm wearing the exact same t-shirt. So as we're going along here, I see this guy, and we safely pull over. Liz puts on her blinker, and we're there. Now, you'll also notice as we're going through this that I take my seatbelt off. Now, typically you'd be like, well, Bo, don't you want to keep your seatbelt on? What if you get hit by behind? That's true. But again, in my self-defense teaching mindset, I'm thinking I don't want to be encumbered by something if in fact he is a threat. And you'll also see me turn completely around to get a very, very good look at him. So my windows are down, I'm looking all the way around, and I'm watching his hands. And now, I wasn't I hope to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's the Christian faith inside of me, is to be gracious towards other people, not walk around always assuming the worst about people. And yet, when he came up and he started speaking kind of in his broken accent, but you could tell he knew English. You know when some people know English when they have the wherewithal to adapt quickly to their words, even if those words are semi-broken. Does that make sense? You understand it when you travel as much as I do. I've been to over 33 countries around the world, experienced a lot of different scams, been shaken down by police officers on the back roads of Nicaragua, you name it. And this was fascinating. So this guy comes up to me and I'm talking with him. And you can't see the text behind me right there, but it says I'm looking at his hands. And I saw a glint of gold in his hands. And I've got this cheesy smile on my face. Now, even though I know I'm seeing everything that's going on, I call it my dumb American personality. And I adopt this personality when I'm traveling. It's very disarming. And I'm laughing and I'm talking, hey, how you doing, man? And the whole time I'm looking around. So some people see this video and they think I'm being very, very cavalier about this and not being, very safe, when in reality, I'm taking everything in. And so this guy has this glint of gold in his hands, and I'm waiting for it, just waiting. Right when I saw that, I thought, let's see if he asks for gas. And sure enough, he says, low gas, low gas. Not no gas, low gas. Interesting. So maybe he'd feel a little unethical saying there's no gas, because maybe he did. It's just low. It's just low. And so we pull over, and right there, do you see that face right there? He holds out his hand, and there's this shiny gold in his hand, this gold chain, this gaudy chain. It's not real gold, you guys. Typically, this scam occurs at gas stations. You just look it up on YouTube, gold jewelry scam, and you'll see it everywhere. This was the first time I've ever actually been flagged down on a highway, and actually been pulled over by someone and then tried to get me to give him money for gas. And now I laugh right there. Again, that's a disarming thing. I could have reached into my pocket and pulled out, I am an FFL. I could have opened up the door and been like, bro, you just had me and my family pull off on the side of the road, and here you are trying to scam me. But I didn't. I just laughed, immediately rolled up the window. And in the rest of the video, you can actually see me still smiling, and I'm saying under my breath, go, go, go. And my wife, she says, I'm so confused. There's her subtitle right there. I'm confused, and I'm just like, go, go, go. So this guy was waving and trying to have people pulled over on the side of the road and convince them that he's so desperate for gas that he will even exchange some of his gold jewelry for gas. And it's all fake jewelry. So this is pretty sad, because not that I would fall for it, but a lot of elderly people do. And that's really kind of what ticks me off here, is that I have heard of elderly people, out of the goodness of their heart, feeling bad for this guy who can barely speak English, and maybe he just came here from another country and all he has is his family's gold necklace on him, and he ran out of gas. It turns out that that car is most likely a rental that he's just never returned. And so if you were to run the license plates on this thing, if we were to actually go back right there, matter of fact, that is an out-of-state plate. Yeah, that's not even our state plate right there. But there's the guy right there waving people down. He's got his gold in his hand. He's ready to go.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it just went out. There we go. So this guy, it's most likely a rental, and that car is most likely stolen. Fascinating scam, huh? So if you have a dash cam, you are able to hold some of these scammers accountable. And I'd highly recommend, if you get this dash cam, awesome. If you get someone else, some other dash cam, then awesome. But as long as you have something recording, it will pay itself off in the first incident. Absolutely. But Indeed, Sarah. Indeed. Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, do you guys want to see an actual car wreck? Of course you do. Now, Amazon Live moderators, if you're watching this, don't worry. No one got hurt in this footage. So I need to say that so that you won't remove anything here. Let's see if we can get this going. Now, you'll recognize this exact intersection. And this intersection was, we filmed this using this dash cam, the Z3. And oh boy, everything's a little messed up here. That's because it's just a little big. There we go. Let's just kind of do it like this so you can see what's going on here. Now, as we're going to go along this footage, a matter of fact, yeah, this is the exact location. I'm going to skip ahead, and matter of fact, you can see on that green sign right there that is the same crossroad. Whoa. Now, we're going to watch this whole footage, and this was my wife going from our town to another town. Oh, this makes me wince every time. Oh, right there. Yikes. Hello, everybody. Wow. Okay. So this is why you need a dash cam, because she didn't know this was going to happen, that this guy just pulled out in front of her thinking that he was going to go across traffic. And a magical thing happened when the police officer showed up at this scene. Because I live like 2 minutes down the road, and my wife called the police. She pulled over safely. She did everything that she was supposed to do. And then she called me, and I was able to show up and also pull off safely, not get in the way of anything. And I basically said, hey, I told this to the police officer. I said, I have everything on camera. And his eyes just lit up. And he's like, fantastic. Can I see it? I said, absolutely. So I showed him on this little screen right there on the Ultra Z3 dash cam. And he said, basically, well, case closed. He's definitely at fault. And so he went over to the guy, and the guy couldn't argue. Have you ever been in a car wreck where it's some other person's fault and they're really honest, and then the police show up and all of a sudden they're denying everything? Yeah, that's why a dash cam pays itself off several times over, because you can just say, it's all recorded. And it's funny how honest people get. As a matter of fact, I think car insurance companies should give dash cams for free to people and say, if you record all your driving, we'll give you a 50% discount. Hey, keep people accountable. I would do that, right? Yeah, some people wouldn't like that. Fine, but give me a discount if I'm always making sure that myself and other drivers on the road are accountable. It makes insurance claims so much easier, right? So those are the dash cams right there that I have. There are some other fantastic things that you guys should definitely be checking out if you have a pickup truck. This cargo bar in the back. This is, I think, my top selling product yesterday. Your internet is not choppy. I'm actually scrolling ahead right here. So this cargo bar is basically like a ratchet strap. I'm actually going to highlight it down below. Wow, it's at 8,000 reviews right now. It's only $24.18. This is awesome to have in the back of your pickup truck, SUV, or if you have a car with a large trunk space, you don't want pumpkins rolling all over the place or groceries, you put this thing in there, and when you ratchet it, it expands. This is so cool. Check it out. All right. And
You start doing that like so. And just like that, we are in. I guess we can rotate it around like this so that the actual lever won't get in the way.
So cool. So in the actual, if you go to this link, you can actually see that how I disengage this thing. And Sarah says that you understand the fake accents. I'm from Nicaragua. Hey, you're from Nicaragua. That's awesome. Right on. Nicaragua, very, very sweet people, but just a heartbreaking. How do I say this? Well, let's just say that not all the police are necessarily the most ethical. You know, I don't want to justify them accepting bribes, but they're not paid very well. And I think that's kind of how they go about things in some of these countries. In order to make a living for their family, they kind of have to shake down people and accept bribes. Like, well, hey, I'll let you off right now if you just give me cash. So that's the case in a lot of countries. And so whenever I get pulled over because they see me as a target, like, hey, rich white American, let's pull him over. Whether it's, you know, in Sierra Leone, West Africa, whether I'm in Uganda or Nicaragua, Guatemala, you name it, all over the world, I'm kind of a target. And I admit that. I'm not saying that I'm a victim. They're just trying to make money. But it's funny because I can't recall ever actually giving a bribe yet in any of these countries because I'm a very stubborn person. And not only do I think it's unethical, but my will is stronger than theirs. And if they say they will take me to jail for several days, I will preach the love of Jesus in that jail because that's why I am there in those countries. And they're going to want to let me go after a few days. Like, get the wacky Christian guy out of our jail. Why did you say that you'd take him to jail if he didn't give you cash? Yeah, so I absolutely love this cargo bar. Isn't this fun? Not only is this educational, but we just have a lot of fun. This other anti-theft device right here. Hey, there's me, big bushy beard. Now, you'll see down below that this chime goes on your shed door. It can go on any door. It actually sounds like one of those very quintessential chimes that you get in a gas station when you walk in and it goes bing boom. This chime you can buy on Amazon, hook it up to your shed door, and on the other end is, I'm going to show you right here. See that piece right there? That plugs into your outlet in your house, and that's where it chimes. And then the sensor itself in my hand right there, here, go ahead and take a listen.
In there, that's nice. We'll just have to pull that out to activate it. And then we have this little guy, which also goes on the door jamb.
Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so I'm actually going to fast forward and show you exactly how this is installed. So as the door is closed, see how they're right next to each other, but when the door opens, they're apart. And when it opens, it activates that chime. And I have been told by watching lots of documentaries on YouTube of bad guys and burglars that one of the low-hanging fruit is sheds. When they go to a neighborhood, they go to the shed because typically it's unlocked, it's away from the house. So usually no dogs around the shed. Usually the dog is in the house. Usually it's dark, and usually there's expensive equipment in sheds like power tools that can be easily liquidated at pawn shops, for example. And so I would recommend not only putting light around your shed and a lock, but also some kind of doorbell chime, something like this. And I've had this out there all winter long. The batteries are awesome, and it chimes every time someone goes into the shed. And I think to myself, is there a bad guy trying to get into our shed? And usually it's my daughter. But this is a really, really wise idea to have on any kind of outdoor place, whether it's a little closet in your apartment or your garden shed. But it's really a smart idea to put some kind of pleasant alarm, not a loud, crazy, bang, 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 blaring alarm, but you can choose upwards of 30, 40, 50. It's a ridiculous amount of chimes that you can actually choose on this thing. And I have a pleasant little ding-dong chime. And now I know when someone gets into my shed. So I have a very secure house. And if you're thinking of robbing my shed, good luck. Oh boy. All right. So the last thing that I want to share with you guys on this very fun broadcast is this phone holder. Now, this is one of my top sellers for some reason, and it's been a top seller for years upon years. Now, certain iPhone holders, sometimes they clamp onto the inside of your windshield and they get all sticky in there. This is unique because it's sticky on the bottom, but it slaps right there onto your dashboard. And so I'm demonstrating this with my iPhone case because I'm actually filming with my iPhone, so it's a little difficult to film something that you're using to demonstrate. But regardless, you'll see right there that it doesn't quite work without a phone, but if I flippity flip it around like that, it fits absolutely perfectly. So I think I saw this on an Uber driver at one point and in his car, and I just thought I need to find that on Amazon. And I have gone through maybe 3 or 4 other iPhone holders, and this is just awesome. Plus it keeps it down and away from your field of vision, and it's not taking up your windscreen. Is that a British term, the windscreen? And yeah, so it's an absolutely awesome.
We can look in the rearview mirror, see behind us, but when you look down here, you'll notice that it does not really impede this point of view as you are looking out the window. I have tested other cell phone holders, and usually they're kind of mounted right here on the dash.
That is very, very true. Very true. That's right, Paspo. That's right. So that is it right there. Now, what's unique about my broadcasts is that, well, if they're not short and sweet, they're always informative. And you will see that all of my footage I demonstrate and I use my own footage. It's never a commercial from the page. And I try really, really hard to go out and capture as much as possible to show you guys so that I don't waste your time and I just bring you these products, what they look like, actually working, as opposed to, you know, I could do unboxing and unpackaging like this, for example, like, well, I've got some of these tactical hair clips, and some people actually want to see the packaging. So there you go, tactical hair clips right here. This broadcast does actually have a special little 25% off promo code, which is a huge discount, 25% off for this broadcast only for these multi-tool hair clips. Yes, they're safe in the hair, and yes, they're basically turn you into a MacGyver. They're pretty awesome. So that's it right there. I have highlighted everything in the carousel below. Oh, we've even got the iridescent tactical hair clips as well. Oh, you don't care about that. You were just here to see me try to get scammed, weren't you? Wasn't this so much fun? So that's it, everybody. I look forward to tuning in perhaps tomorrow, if in fact the Lord wills it. I do love Jesus and I do love you. Remember, you are very important, not because I say you are, but because, well, God died for you. That's how important you are. But I'm not here to preach at you. I'm just here to say that you are important and that you are loved. Signing off from Seattle, Washington, this beautiful August 31st, 8:56 p.m. Have a wonderful evening. I'm Bo Shevasu.